In this lecture, we are going to cover some differences between other programming languages and JavaScript. The first question everyone think about at the beginner level, they think about JavaScript and Java both are similar or not. Why they are thinking like that? Because of only one thing, there is a Java word is there. So what they thinks like this is a Java and JavaScript both are similar. So my answer, both Java and JavaScript's programming languages are independent from each other. They both are independent. So both languages syntax and principle and execution is completely different. So when we are comparing with the JavaScript and when we are comparing with the Java, both are completely different. So here just you run your JavaScript. There is a .java file is there. When you are double click on this .java file, otherwise HTML, so automatically it runs. There is JavaScript doesn't require any compiler, but Java definitely, the Java needed compiler, and the structure of the programming structure is also completely different when compared with both language Java and JavaScript. And JavaScript programs needed browsers. JavaScript programs needed browser, but Java does not run on browser. So Java is not runs on browser. We use it on the separate application, like there is a JDK is required, and JavaScript is for client side and Java is for server side. And JavaScript is not at all works on like a graphics and animation, so on so things, but Java having separate libraries and functions, right? The Java and JavaScript both are different. So why the basic comparison I did here. And what is the difference between JavaScript and other programming languages? Just you think one thing, just here I am comparing. So one side JavaScript and other side is other programming languages, like we consider C, C++ and Java, right? So here first of all, so JavaScript side we consider, so weakly type. JavaScript is weakly typed programming language and loosely typed and lightweight. So JavaScript is weakly typed and loosely typed and lightweighted programming language. So why? Because so why it is a lightweight? Why it is a lightweight? Just you observe, the JavaScript is a lightweight programming language. We can write Java code in on any text editor and save. Suppose we are saving one file. This is a one file, and we are saving with the .js. And without compilation, we run this JS file. We do not create any specific environment to run this JavaScript file. So that is a main advantage. And also the JavaScript occupies very less memory and less implementation, right? So very easy to implementation and very less memory to take this JavaScript environment, right? So here when we are observing this Java programming and C program and C++ execution, definitely you can need some specific editor you required, specific IDEs you required, and specific software is you required, and without compilation you could not run your file. So that is why the JavaScript is a very lightweight programming language. Why it is a weakly type? Why it is a weakly type? There is no checking before executing your Java file. So there is a compilation is there. So when compiling your program, when we are compiling your Java file or other programming, it gives error report, right? If in case it containing any error or not, any modification is required, suggestions, everything is gives this program, other programming languages. But this JavaScript doesn't check before executing the file. Means the variable is not checked and function is not checked and everything, just it runs a program. It is an interpreted programming language and it is executing line by line, right? But before executing this JavaScript file, it never checks about error. So that's what it is, a weakly type. And obviously we know that without declaring any variable without type of the variable, we can use that variable and we can change the type of the variable at the time of execution. The random runtime we can change and we can update and we can modify that, and we can convert one type to another type. It is possible in JavaScript. But when we are going with another programming languages, once you declare one variable with one particular type, suppose just you observe int a, so obviously it will be performed like int only. But in a JavaScript, just you declare with a var or let one variable is there. Suppose initially it is having 10 variable. In a future, it may be take a equals Srikanth. Means the a variable is not defined with any type of the variable, and initially we are giving one number and later it updates with a string. It is allowed. It is allowed in JavaScript, but in this Java programming, in other programming, it is not possible. We cannot change the type of the variable at the runtime. Forcefully you can change. There is another concept. By default it not comes. So that's what it is, a weakly type. And JavaScript is interpreted programming language. It does not require any compilation and any package and any library. It's not required. So we are not importing any header files. We are not importing any separate package, and we did not require any separate module. So what it is, interpreted, right? Line by line it will be executed. But this program, if you want to execute, definitely you required some environment packages, some default packages, default functions and default libraries, default header files. So that what required this other programming side. But this JavaScript doesn't require any packages and modules and functions, and it is having JIT based, just in time compiler. Just in time, what it does, just in compiler, very simple one here. Just in time compiler is convert your JavaScript file to run any browser. So browser cross platform it will be provided just in compiler, and it will be run same environment only. So this JavaScript can be used client side. With the frameworks, with the JS frameworks, we do server side and DB side. We can do, but we require separate Node.js framework and MongoDB software is required, right? But this one client side, this can do client, and server side it will be works. And everyone knows that one JavaScript is very poor in graphics. It is very poor, but it's having very rich. Why it is a rich? Because of these programming languages, fundamentally they provide the graphics libraries and functions and modules. So what? It is a very rich in graphics. But one thing I want to tell, JavaScript is very easy to learn and very easy to understand and very simple to develop. So JavaScript, we did not take much time to learn this JavaScript, but logically it is very strong. The JavaScript is logically very strong, but learning point of view and understanding point of view, it is a very easy and very easy to develop. But when compared to these other programming languages, definitely you should face some difficulties to learn and to write and to develop. So that is some differences is there. So these are some basic differences between JavaScript and Java. You can definitely know these fundamental comparisons, and Java and JavaScript both are independent programming languages. These both can be works a different purpose and different structure and different syntax and different algorithms, right? So what the both are different. JavaScript and Java both are different. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Bye bye.